It was my first experience. It was quite frightening for me. I nearly shouted, like, help me, somebody, push you off this plane. Let me come down, fly down. You can tell at this moment that I was not happy at all. Yes, I cried. I was disappointed. But yeah, baby girl had to look good. So I went to the salon to get my hair done because I was called up and I needed to go answer the clarion call. I loved my hair. It looked beautiful and I was ready to go to an unknown land. Oh my God. This was a day before my journey. Thank God for the opportunity I had to make my journey easier by flying. This was me on my way to the airport. We had a lot of delays because of traffic and motion sickness wanted to have the best of me. At this moment, I couldn't help it. I was just thinking of the drama that was about to happen because this was my very first time. Any fly that you have seen me fly is God that is carrying me on his wings. I started overcoming my fear and anxiety for height and motion recently, so I felt like that was to help me get desensitized. And here I was in the airport. My flight was delayed by a few minutes, so I had to wait. At this point, I was still thinking and imagining how life was going to be in an unknown land. So that got me very emotional, and somehow I was just missing home already. I was taking my selfies alone until a man offered to help me and took these pictures, and I was glad I took the pictures for memory's sake. So I boarded, and because it was my first time, I asked quite a number of questions like how to fix my seatbelt. I asked the flight attendant and I was told how to do just that. This was the only time I could look out through the window because, of course, I had to close my eyes. It got to a point where I nearly begged to alight from the plane, but thank God I arrived. To cut the long story short, it was indeed a hassle, but thank God I came out successfully. Oh my God. That was the Rano airline. The flight attendants were quite professional and I enjoyed my flight. So this was me taking my luggage. At this point, I just alighted from the plane and God, it was my first experience. It was quite frightening for me. I nearly shouted, like, help me, somebody, push you off this plane. Let me come down, fly down. My head was turning. Motion sickness is not for the weak, but I thank God after all. I think this also helped me because I got to be desensitized to height and the whole turbulence that comes with flying or whatever. God. So this is me in Sokoto. I'm now in Sokoto. Sultan Abubakar International Airport. I hope it's going to be an awesome experience. Let's get to it. Sunshine. Sunshine, sunshine.
I think I found it now. What I've been looking for. Isn't it beautiful? It's got my head all up in the clouds. I think I found it now. Everything I want might be a miracle.
At this point, I had to pick up my box to wherever I was going to by myself. It was so stressful. Nobody was even looking at my side. I was typically on my own, and that was when it dawned on me that I'm here for the main trail. That was my mattress, guys. That mattress was so thin, called Sleep and Die. But anyways, we didn't die. We survived it. I picked my bed. I liked the corner, and I was comfortable where I could. The registration process was another drill. God, I was so tired at this point and hungry. This was 7:36 already, and you won't even believe the time when we finished. But we had to do it because we had to do it. I was just examining my eyes to see how tired I was. Imagine that by this time of the night, in this thick darkness, I was still trying to finish my registration. But at this point, I was already done with all the paper documentation. I wanted to go collect my kit, that's my khaki and other materials that I'll need for NYSC camp. This was like 11 p.m. thereabout or 12, and that was when I had a bath and slept. This was my bed, my little corner, and I slept. It was really stressful and exhausting. I was already feeling and imagining how stressful these next 20 days we're going to be at this point. This was the morning after arrival, and I got dressed. Had to wake up like 3 a.m. to have a bath. Because of queue in the toilets, you wouldn't want to be caught unaware. And you know that we go waits for no one. You don't want to do frog jump. Yeah. And registration continued. I couldn't collect my kit that night because it was very late. Yeah. So I was there this morning to collect my kit, and I did. I couldn't wait to just change. There was that feeling I had. I was testing my khaki to see if it was my size, because it will surprise you to know that despite writing your specifications and sizes while you're registering, you would still get sizes of khakis that are not yours. So you may have to exchange with someone else or something. But the top was exactly how I wanted it to be. Not bad. Just for the trousers, I had to exchange. So yeah, this is me, my white on white. I made this short myself. I had to make like 3 shorts for myself, but I sold one on camp because someone also was in need of it. And I had to make this because I asked questions. If you watched my previous video, you'll see that I asked questions, and I knew that you could get white shorts that you may not want to wear. This was day 2, and I had fun time. Everybody was looking nice in their white on white, aka white fowls, and the drill had just begun. I was in platoon 9. Yeah, the winning platoon. That was it. If you're serving in a place like where I went for my camp, you know that you need water, and my water bottle was stolen within the first week. But anyway, we had to survive. So you either refill any other bottle with pure water, that's sachet water, or you buy another one. And you have to keep yourself hydrated because you're not ready for dehydration. And this was me preparing for the swearing in. The swearing in was done on the 3rd day. That was Friday. Yes, that was the Friday after we came. Yeah, so this was me fixing my shoelace, my jungle boot. It was my size. Many people complained that they got sizes either bigger than them or smaller, but mine was perfect and I loved it. These NYSC stockings are meant to be worn such that they would overlap, like they would cover the lower part of the khaki trousers, but mine was very short, and the same with other corps members. So I had to buy another pair of stockings with that white stripes. Sorry, I mean the green stripes. Yes, because it's official for that purpose. If not, as you just match one like this, the thing will come out. So these were the beautiful ladies I met. I met the other lady during registration. Of course, you definitely remember people whom you encountered stress with. It was our swearing in day. Of course, we took pictures, like a lot of pictures. We took pictures with our phones. The photographers came, and they also lured us into snapping a lot of pictures. And this was me trying to showcase my talents and abilities.
Sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. I think I found it now. What I've been looking for. Isn't it beautiful? It's got my head all up in the clouds. I think I found it now. Everything I want might be a miracle. I know I'm never coming down. I don't gotta worry about a single thing. I can feel the light coming down on me. Sunshine on my face. I got sunshine on my face. I don't gotta care in the world right now. Higher than the ceiling, breaking through the clouds. Sunshine on my face. I got sunshine on my face. Yeah.
Thank you.
I got sunshine.
I want to monitor my cheeks from today to
I
today.
got
Let's
sunshine.
see. You should see how it's going to go.
I
What's
got
your name? Comfort.
sunshine.
So supposed to have cheeks. So in
gotta
case
let
on
you
the
know.
21st, we come and check and see. We will not come back to confirm that is the chick still chicken. Yes, so. So these are my chicks on day 3. Day 3.